honestly, I was like, I pretty much only use my car once a week to come here. How is the check engine light on?
That means you've got people using your car.
Yeah, and she used all my petrol. And I just filled up my petrol tank.
Oh, welcome to the Aim a Little Higher podcast. It's good to be back. I think we're pretty much at a point now where we can say that we come out on a Wednesday. You know, that episodes are released on a Wednesday, which is a beautiful place to get to if you know the journey of this podcast. To be able to give you an actual day is amazing. So happy Wednesday, people. Happy Wednesday. Storm has been sharing her car drama because you're in that weird position, right, where you've done it almost backwards. You've got yourself a car, but still learning.
Yeah.
So it's I guess that's real motivation though.
Yeah, because in theory it's like I've got the car now, so it's pushed to like pass quicker. But there's so many problems that having a car brings.
Oh yeah, everyone thinks like having a car is all sunshine and rainbows. It's like, oh, I've got freedom. It's like, yeah, the most expensive freedom you've ever seen, and you're already getting like warning lights and.
Yeah, I've had my car for like 3 months.
3 months.
3 months.
Damn.
I think I've driven it about 3 times in those 3 months.
And you're getting engine warning lights already. Welcome to the reality of cars. I just had to do a change on our car, and we took it in, and they were like, "Yeah, gonna need to change tires." I'm like, "Cool." Sorry, tires? Like, yeah. All right, cool. What? 2 tires? No, 4. 4.
Oh, no.
You need 4 new tires on your car. 4 new tires. I'm like, cool. How much are we looking at for a tire? Like, oh, £128. Like, okay, that's reasonable. Get all 4. 100. No. 128 pounds per tire. Are you mad?
Oh, the joys.
Are you mad? Yeah. So, driving's an interesting ball game. That's probably a podcast in itself, to be honest. Like the actual realities of owning a car. It's upsetting.
Yeah, because if you have heard what people think their first cars are gonna be. Oh no.
Oh, it's one of my favourite questions actually when we work with students. I want to drive. Oh, what car? Yeah, Audi R8 first. Oh, my Lamborghini first. BMW M3 first. First? My first car was a bogey green Peugeot 206 that I reversed into a bus stop.
Wait. So I get all of this grief. I get so much grief for the lamppost story, and you reverse into a whole bus stop.
Yeah, I just didn't share my story. I just let you have the
betrayed.
stage. I let you have the stage and talk about your experiences, and hey, it's about you. You know, I don't want to make it about me. It's about you.
Now I know. So we'll come up.
There's been an occasion. I was angry. Don't drive angry is the lesson. I was going to pick up my friend, and he changed where he was, which I've driven this way. I've gone up the dual carriageway because you can only turn left off that. I'm on the way, and it's like, oh yeah, no, I'm actually here. And I'm like, ah. So I'm going to reverse, 3-point turn, but I hit the reverse a little bit too much. hit the corner of the bus stop, and then went forward and off onto my journey. Even more angry than I was previously.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, no one was at the bus stop, and the bus stop is still standing to this day. But you know, driving past it,
memories.
Yeah, you get flashbacks. Not to mention all the scrapes, and that still happens now. And I've been driving for a minute, but we still get scrapes on the car, and it's painful. Do you know what I might do? I might put my phone on silent for podcasts.
Might be a good idea.
Yeah, think about it. Thinking about starting a new trend. Speaking of phones, though.
Great segue there. Fantastic.
That's a round of applause for a brilliant segue there. Speaking of phones, that was our subject today. I've never heard of it. I thought we were over pandemics, right? I thought pandemics were finished. We're all free. But there's another pandemic, isn't there?
Yeah, I feel like this one's been brewing for a while.
To be fair, yeah. It's years. And it's just getting worse and worse and worse. And I can hear everyone's like, another pandemic? What is it? Are they talking about the vid? No, worse. So this is called the phone pandemic, which, for someone who forgets to even put their phone on silent, I can understand. What's the background on the phone pandemic? Because this is one that you brought to our attention.
Yeah, so it's all to do with our dependence on phones, and it's got to a point now where people are disregarding dangers like around them in their daily life. So I think this one in particular is about crossing the road,
right,
and how the numbers of people that are getting into accidents is just ridiculous, and it's because people can't seem to take away their attention for 2 minutes just to look both ways before they cross the road.
It's ridiculous. Like you shared the first news story, and looking at this, it said in 2019, 6,200 pedestrians were killed or had life-changing injuries on UK roads due to a phone.
Mm-hmm.
That's nuts. And worse, they're saying more than 1 in 5 of those were people aged 17 or under.
Yeah.
So in perspective, that's a class of school kids every single week having some kind of accident to do with their phone while they're on the road.
Yeah.
Nuts. And those aged 11 to 14 are the most likely to be killed or badly hurt. That's around 50 people a month. Jeez.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's intense.
I remember seeing, like, we like to watch fail videos. Me and my daughter Hallie. And one that used to be really common was the old lamppost, you know? Looking at your phone, walking to a lamppost. Ha ha, hee hee, funny. It's less funny when you're walking into a road.
Yeah.
Less funny when you're walking into danger or accidents. And that feels like where we're heading now. And it creeps me out. What on earth can you be doing that's so important on your phone?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, because I'm on my phone a lot. Not to the extent of I'm getting into accidents on the road, but like if I wake up in the morning, get up, eat breakfast, I'm looking at my phone. Yeah, like that sort of thing. But whenever I'm around a road, I know to look at the road.
Right.
I'm crossing a road, so like just do a quick check if anything.
Yeah.
If you can even hear a car, just look up from your phone. I kind of want to know the circumstances to where this is happening. Is it like side roads? Is it main roads? And how? Because it's such a big volume a week.
So it's more than just like the odd random occasion. It's true. And I wonder if it's also, you know, when you're walking down a pavement, you're always going to have a bunch of houses that have the driveway over the pavement. They've got to come across the pavement to get onto the road. And I wonder if it's that. But even there, I feel like they drive out so slowly and they look around.
Yeah.
It must be going into actual real roads.
Like not even hesitating, just walking straight into the road.
So I guess you've got games.
Yeah.
Which take a fully immersive experience. Like I've got my little brain training game that I'll do on the tube or something. And yeah, I'm pretty much like, I'm in the zone, I'm doing my thing. But I wouldn't play the game while I'm walking the street.
I don't think it's games. I think it's things like Be Real. I don't know if you know what that is. No? So, it's like Snapchat, but it's like Snapchat. Imagine Snapchat where you'd have to take pictures, right? And it's like a network of people that you have. But you get a notification at like a random point in the day, and that's when like you're open to take that picture and upload it. And it's like, it's this weird thing. It's like both sides of the camera though. So like you take it, the whole point I think is to just be kind of random, and you just take a picture wherever you are, and then you share that with your network, and then like you kind of see what everyone's doing at that particular time of the day. But you only have when that notification is given to upload it, and you've got a certain time limit. So I think it's like that sort of thing where like people are getting their notifications and like, let's take a picture.
I've got to drop everything. This picture needs to be taken.
Yeah.
That's such a clever idea. So they've got people on a social network. You can't post on that social network until the social network tells you can now post on social network, and you've got this much time to post it.
Yeah.
And then you miss your turn of posting that week.
Yeah.
Or that day.
Yeah, I think
genius.
Like, I'm not sure if I have not got it, but I'm not sure if there's like a streak or like some sort of reward system, but people are like dedicated to like, I've got to post my Be Real, got to check my Be Real.
Genius. That's clever marketing. I'll give that to them. That's clever marketing. But it's a problem. It's a problem with this phone pandemic. So you've got social media like that. I guess the TikTok is just it
will always be involved in some way.
Yeah. I think there has to be like a basic understanding of your surroundings at all times. your phone should never allow you to become vulnerable to what's going on around you. And yeah, roads is a really obvious one. But for me, even if I'm walking outside and I've got overhead earphones, I won't have both my earphones covering my head so I can't hear what's going on around me. I will have one just back to the back. I can hear my surroundings and my music's coming through one ear. Like, I don't understand this obsession or like the enjoyment even of locking yourself away, locking one of your senses off completely when you're out in the real world. I don't get it. It's dangerous. Why would you do it? You know your AirPods. I was gonna not say AirPods because Apple don't sponsor us yet, but completely open to sponsorship of Podcast Apple. Do they have? If you've got them both in, can you still hear what's going on around you?
I don't really wear them both in, but
exactly. You see what I mean?
I think to an extent you can. It's not completely noise cancelling, I don't think.
Okay.
I think you can, unless your volume is all the way up. In that case, it tells you that your volume is too high, anyways. I think you can to an extent here, but it will be difficult, especially if you're listening to music and it's really loud.
Fair. So, I think just telling you like to turn your phones off seems so obvious. So we'll go away from that and we'll talk more about the importance of like situational awareness, because I think that's something that's important, not just when it comes to your phones or when you're walking down the street, but just in everyday life. Like, and you don't have to go as far as me. I do not want to sit with my back to a door in a restaurant or a bar or wherever I am. I need to see the exits. I need to see who's coming in, who's coming out. For me, I don't know. I just need to know what's going on in this room. If we're in a restaurant, I'm like, Eliza, I'm sorry, we're going to have to swap seats because I need to sit there and see what's going on. Maybe that's too far. I don't know. I like it. I feel safe.
That's fair.
I feel like I know exactly what's going on. But situational awareness, especially as you're growing older and you're going to more places with your friends, you're going out, you start clubbing, you start going out to eat, those kind of things. It's everything. And it's the only way to be responsible for your own safety. What's your approach to it when it comes to like being out in public and knowing what's going on around you?
So I've also got a weird, well, not as weird as, well, I guess it is. Like train tracks. Okay. I have to have my back to a wall or like my back to something solid. I can't be on like a train platform and have like every angle open. I just feel like that's too, there's too much that can go, especially on train tracks, and trains move so quickly. It can be as simple as someone's not paying attention, bumps into you, now you're on the train tracks. And I have to be up against something, always.
Fair. No, that's not weird. I have something similar. So I won't necessarily go all the way to a wall, but I'll stand with one foot forward a little bit, so my weight is distributed towards my back leg. So if someone was to barge into me, I'm leaning that way against them already. You're going to really have to go for it. Yeah. So I'm not alone.
I think we all have weird, like, things that it's stuff like a rule of thumb that you just developed
100%
over time.
100%. Eliza's in the room temporarily, just passed through the studio. Situational awareness. Do you have any weird things that are like your survival mechanisms as well?
I was trying to think, like, while you guys are talking, do I have anything weird of what I do? I won't walk in the night. When I walk King, I won't put my hood up because I can hear my hood and I can't hear what's walking behind me.
And you lose all your peripheral vision.
Yeah, well, I don't do it. I do it more for the hearing. So I'll like, even though it's freezing outside, I will not put my hood up because I'll be like, I can't hear what's going on.
Fair.
So I guess that's something weird. It's so interesting about the train track. You're like back against it all. I've never even thought of it.
Really?
And now I'm like, oh my god. I probably stand like quite close to the edge. So
you're like,
get me.
You're like the yellow line's there. I'm standing on the right next to the yellow line.
Yeah, that's me.
Oh no.
I don't think I always have like, I'll always walk with my phone, or if I'm going through anywhere dark, I'll like ring people. But like that's about it really.
Yeah, that's true. If you're walking King, I'll get a call when you're on like a.
But I would never ever wear like headphones or even have my phone near my ear. If I was to talk to someone, they'd have to be on loud.
Okay.
On speaker. I'd be like, I don't care that everyone can hear the conversation. Like, I'm not putting like anything close to my ears because I think that like then you're less aware again because you're now just focused on the conversation.
Yeah.
that's not what I'm phoning you for. I'm phoning to protect myself.
Yeah, literally.
And so I need to be hyper aware of what's going on. So the conversation with me on walks is not great because I'll be like, okay, yeah, great.
Looking around, yeah. Fair. I like that one. If I'm in a club or bar, I will hold my cup from the top, so my whole hand is covering the cup with just my straw poking out through the finger. I know. I feel like I'm on security duty with you. I'm like cup, or putting it on the side, or no, I'm on that. I do not play around.
It's really bad. I have had my drink spiked as well, so like that is terrible. But I still don't do it.
No.
Terrible.
Honestly, I'm gonna create a product, right? That people just take around in their purse, in their bag, whatever. It already exists, and people aren't doing it. What do you mean it already exists?
So it's like, well, you can get it in like a scrunchie form, you know, like a scrunchie. And then there's like a zip, it unravels, and it's like this cover thing, and it just has a bit for a straw to go through.
So why have I never seen that being used in any club I've ever been to?
I think it's just a lot of effort, isn't it?
But some clubs give out like the little card things that you can test your drink.
Oh, brilliant!
On.
Again, why have I not been?
I think it's because when people are in clubs, they're already very intoxicated, so I think it just slips a lot of people's minds.
Oh, it infuriates me. I've been a terrible security guard. I'd just be going around people like, "Hello, you have a drink in your hand and you're dancing the night away. Cover it with your hand. Don't leave your drink there." Just wanna dance.
So your statements, I'm like, what on earth is that? You're dancing the night away.
Oh, I'm a dad now, ain't I? You know, these things have to start. It's automatic as well. It's not even conscious.
Like, because you're going out clubbing now. It's like, okay.
You've got some independence, going out with your friends. That's all I'm saying. Be responsible when you're doing it. Okay, you're being given these new privileges. Look after the privileges. And for those of you younger who are just out and about playing with your friends, knocking on their door and seeing if they're in, if they'll come out to play.
No one does that anymore.
Tragic. I bet no one plays run-outs from 40 in.
Because I was saying, like, the entitlement of people now, especially I think after the pandemic, to like, I need to get from here to here. Like someone, like we were watching a.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
I think it was a TikTok. It was basically like this woman that was like going on a date, and she was like, he couldn't come and pick me up, so he now needs to not only pay for my Uber but also order my Uber for me.
Yeah.
Because that's the sort of expectations that I have, and I was a bit like, I remember like way back in the day, like fair enough, I live with my mum, but like you would want to be with that person. There's no way I'd be like, come out, I'm really sorry, you need to pay for my taxi to come and see you. Like, no, you just go and want to see that person, like even if it costs you like £3 on the bus or a £7 taxi journey, because it would be like you want to be with that person regardless. But I just think now everyone's like, oh no, I think so highly of myself that this man must pay for me to get from A to B. It's your fault you don't drive or you don't have a car. Like that's not his fault.
Honestly, and it's not even about paying for the date. It's like, get yourself to the date.
I know. Eventually, we're going to be starting like sending invoices from Pretty Little Thing to men and be like, well, I didn't have a dress to wear to this restaurant specifically. So.
Oh, I don't think you're wrong. I don't think we're far away from that at all. Yeah, entitlement's going to be a whole episode in itself, I think.
It's those same people that are like, oh, well, they have to be 6'3" and they have to have nice teeth and they have to earn $75,000 a year. It's like, you can't drive and you don't have a car, so
don't make demands of the others. Make it fair.
Yeah, like just level the playing field, but also like be like, oh, I can get myself from A to B. I'm pretty fine to order myself an Uber. Like someone genuinely messaged me and was like, oh, sorry, when you say Uber, am I supposed to be ordering this Uber or you? I'd be like, end of conversation there. I don't know why we've sent 2 texts about an Uber. It's one text thing. You know what I mean? Get an Uber and you get one.
I think at that point, I'm like, don't worry about that. It's all right.
100 million %.
Don't worry. It's cool. Well, some other time.
100 million %. You could be Channing Tatum at that point, and I'm still like, no.
Oh dear, it's crazy. But yeah, this situational awareness thing, like it genuinely saves lives. And cool, most of the time, it maybe won't make a huge difference. You won't see it. You won't know that. I've done this walk for an hour. I haven't put my headphones on properly. I wasn't approached. Nothing happened. I didn't see any other cars on the road. I used zebra crossings. still, it's worth having the situational awareness and knowing that you were responsible for your own safety in that moment, rather than relying on other people to cover you. Like, the idea that someone else is going to stop their car just because you're on a zebra crossing is putting a lot of faith in the other person. Just stand there, stop, wait, and then make your way across the road. Like, I've had so many incidents, even in my car, where like there have been close calls because the other person hasn't done the thing that they should do. My parents always said to me, assume everybody on the road is an idiot. That's your rule. You're going to start driving now. You need to know everybody else is an idiot. Drive like everybody else is an idiot, and you'll be safe. And it's been the best piece of advice ever. And I've missed so many situations where I'm like, I would have gone.
So is this people being on their phone in a vehicle, or just,
Do you know
just
what?
being on the phone full stop?
They didn't actually clarify if it was in a vehicle, but they said that kids between age 11 to 14 are most likely to be killed or hurt from being on their phones in public. So I assume for those especially, this is just you're on your phone, out and about, stepping into roads, crossing roads, doing things like that, with no awareness of what's going on around you because you're so engrossed in your phone, and they're getting injured. And in worst cases, serious injuries, and worst cases, killed.
It just annoys me so much when you hear things like that. More of like the macro level. Like, you know, when people are like, it's funny, isn't it? Because on a micro level, when you're, I remember being 13, 14, it wasn't actually that long ago. But like where you think that being on your phone or doing your own independent stuff is a way to rebel against in what you think as the owners of the world, of like, was my mum. Like, for me to go out, I am now going against what my mum expected of me.
Right.
Whereas actually what they've now managed to do is like the greater people of the world that actually run things like tech companies are now going, oh, like, you don't need to commit suicide, we'll just give you a phone, you'll kill yourself anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, that's who you should be rebelling against, not oh, well, I'm going to go out and actually like just be on my phone and watch TikToks to get away from my mum. It's like, actually think of like the greater powers that now have so much control that they can say, oh, the biggest killer now of 11 to 14-year-olds is just the fact that you're on your phone and you've done that to yourself. It's like crazy. The tech companies are never going to have to pay for that.
No,
that's just
you can't sue. You can't. Yeah,
like, it's just mental.
Yeah,
it frustrates me so much.
It is scary because what's worth it? Like, what? There's nothing worth that. You being like actually injured, you having a serious injury, or worse. There's nothing in the world worth it. There's nothing worth not missing for that reason. So please put yourself as a priority, not what you're missing out on the TikTok or the getting your streak on Snapchat or whatever it is. Do you know what I mean? It pains me to read stuff like this when there's so much serious stuff happening and we're losing important members of society because they're too distracted and haven't got situational awareness. Ugh.
I don't even remember when I was at school really getting into my phone until I was sat on the bus, because I knew like my bus journey is quite long, so even if I went at the bus stop, I'd still be like looking around, seeing where my bus is, and then when I got on the bus, it's okay, I'm on my phone now.
Yeah. And even on the bus, I'm sitting so I can see who's coming up the stairs and who's going downstairs and like where the exits are.
Yeah, it's just very bizarre. I don't know. I know that we're addicted to our phones to an extent, even as adults, because pretty much your whole life is on your phone now. But there needs to be that disconnect.
Yeah.
There's nothing on there that's that important that you can't wait 2 minutes.
No.
To reply to a text or to check a status or whatever it is.
This is it. And I hope that just hearing how many people are getting injured, seriously injured or killed due to being on their phone in public is enough for you, that you don't actually need us to talk through techniques on how to spend less time on your phone or settings to go into your phone to turn things off after a certain amount of time. I'm hoping that just hearing that in 2019 6,200 pedestrians were killed or had life-changing injuries on UK roads is enough for you to go, do you know what, fair play, let me chuck my phone away while I'm walking down the street. Let me at the very least put my phone in my pocket when I'm crossing a road. And I don't mean like you're on your phone, you look left, right, no cars, continue on your phone. I mean, you're at a road, you put your phone in your pocket, you make your way across the road safely, and then perhaps you start to continue whatever you're doing. But this being on your phone, headphones covering both ears, can't hear what's going on, can't see what's going on because you're looking down. We're beyond the funny walking into lampposts now. There's people getting seriously injured and they're young people with their whole lives ahead of them. A life-changing injury can be, well, I mean, it's a life-changing injury. It's devastating for anybody, let alone if you're someone who's into sport and want to go in that direction. It's devastating, and it can all be fixed so easily by just controlling how you use this stupid phone. Damn, I think I've got my high horse today.
That was a happy note for Wednesday.
I know, right? It's supposed to be the happy motivational podcast, right? Yeah, it is most of the time, but damn, we've got to also have a line where we go, do you know what? Let's be sensible, let's be real, let's protect ourselves and protect our young people. And it all starts with how aware you are of what's going on around you at all times. You don't have to get paranoid, you don't have to get obsessed, you just have to get sensible. And even if it's a weird little thing that's just you, like Storm against walls on train tracks, and me with my face facing the doors and entrances in restaurants and public places, whatever that thing is. You know, Eliza mentioned she doesn't cover her ears so she can hear what's going on around her, even when she's walking her dog. Figure out what the thing is for you and start doing it ASAP. This isn't even try it for a few weeks. This is do it. Protect yourself, protect your space, know what's going on around you, and you'll be safe and you'll be sound. And that's all we want for you. Be safe and sound. You know what I mean? Safe as ours is. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. So yeah, sometimes we've got to cover some topics that aren't happy, cheery, and they're just real. And this one is real and real scary because the phone companies don't care. It's not their job. Mm-hmm. They've given you, like Uncle Ben said, great power, great responsibility. It's on you now. You know what I mean? Uncle Ben fan?
From this is a superhero thing, isn't it? It's Spider-Man, isn't it?
Thank you.
Yeah,
I was so angry. I was.
When you first said Uncle Ben's, I thought of the food.
The rice, Uncle Ben's rice.
Took me a minute to process that you were actually talking about.
And actually, if you're past a certain age, it's not even Uncle Ben, it's Aunt May. Because Aunt May says it in the newer movies. So I don't even remember the original. Oh,
I knew it. It just had to go there.
You had to like process it and double check.
Out of my mind for a second.
Oh man! Oh, what is the world coming to?
Where on the packet does it say that?
3 minutes of microwave with great power because great responsibility. Oh wow! Okay, we need to do a Marvel marathon as part of the
Marvel
work week
podcast live stream.
Mm-hmm.
We can all watch.
Yep.
Like, what is it? 20 hours of Marvel.
It's way more now. It's way more now. Yeah, because now you've got the spin-off series as well.
All the Disney Plus stuff.
Yeah, so you've got the movie timeline. Now they've gone back in the timeline, and in between some of the gaps in the movies, they've created series that fill some of the gaps that weren't there.
Like
you weren't curious. Yeah, like exactly. You weren't wondering where these people were. You just enjoyed the movies, but now you're like, oh well, hold on, that's a good point. And
that's why they will never lose money.
They will
never go out of business.
They will never go out of business. They are good for life because they'll just keep on filling the gaps.
There's so many comics. Plenty of material.
Oh my gosh, the comics go they're wide and deep.
I learnt yesterday that Storm from X-Men and T'Challa from Black Panther, they get married. They get married. That blew my mind because everyone was talking about the whole Rihanna doing the soundtrack thing, and then they were talking about how there's other like black superheroes and lots of people didn't know where they were, and then someone was like, "Did you guys know that Storm and T'Challa got married?"
Oh my gosh!
And then it was just like,
yeah, it's amazing. Yeah.
Well, how did that cross over? You know what? Whatever.
Well,
because that's not Marvel, is it? X-Men.
You're going across genres because you've got X-Men living in that timeline. You've got Deadpool who crosses over with X-Men, and he's got his timeline sort of going on.
It's a lot.
It can work. That
would have been such a good movie.
Yeah. Oh, tell me about it.
That would have been such a good movie.
Tell me about it. Yeah, there's a whole guide that I'm gonna. Maybe we need to do an episode on the guide to like Marvel versus DC, who lives where, which family they all belong to, because I'm pretty sure even X-Men actually is Marvel. As you said, I'm like, no,
it was
that's
DC.
Marvel. No, X-Men's Marvel.
Oh yes,
I thought
it
so
is.
because the movies are way too good.
It is.
Yeah. No.
So what's
X-Men's Marvel.
DC?
Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman,
Yeah.
Green Lantern,
Okay. Gotham
Aquaman.
City kind of. Right.
You'll know DC's a bit darker, a bit more.
Yeah, because Batman's
grimy.
story's a bit.
Yeah.
It's a bit harsh.
It is, but Batman's probably one of the best superheroes out there. To be fair, I don't know who would take Batman.
Yeah, but is he a superhero? Because he's got no powers. He's just got a lot of money.
That is the beauty. He doesn't have any powers. He has training, dedication.
Is it dedication or
What
is
do
it
you mean?
just deep resentment?
Well,
and
yes, it's both.
gratitude?
It's all of the above. It's all of the above. But he literally went off and did training up in the mountains for years. Like he's a highly trained
he was
martial
dedicated
artist.
to his revenge. I give him that.
They call him a vigilante, but he's a superhero. Why? Because he has a set of characteristics. He has the skills. He fights against evil. He has a code.
Mm-hmm.
He has a code. It's a superhero. 100%. 100%. One of the best. Like, I don't know who can beat Batman, really. Well, who put it up against Batman?
Anyone from the Marvel universe.
Anyone? Oh, Groot. You're gonna put Groot against?
Yes.
Oh, get out of here!
I love Groot.
I love Groot too, but he's not beating Batman.
He's so cute. I don't think Batman could fight Groot. I just don't think his morals will let him fight Groot. He's like, Groot's this big now.
No. Groot. Where we're at now,
He's
Thor:
like
Love and
cute
Thunder.
Groot.
Groot is walking around tall. Groot's very cute, but he ain't beating Batman.
I think Wanda could clap Batman easily. Who else? Iron Man, definitely.
No chance.
Yes,
Zero chance.
Yes,
There
they
is
could.
zero
Yes.
chance. Iron
Oh
Man
my
could not take on Batman.
Iron Man
Oh.
has so many like out of this world technology, and what's Batman got?
Batman has technology, but he's got useful technology that just gets to the
So
point.
has Iron Man.
Iron Man's too busy being flashy. Iron Man's like,
Okay, that's fair.
By that time, Batman's already thrown a bat
think
around with some
Iron Man's
electric
taken.
disturbance. He's thrown off the whole computer inside, and he's
Wanda
going
could
to
take
work.
him.
Wanda.
Wanda doesn't even have to be in proximity to take him.
Yeah, Wanda's a sticky one because of the powers. But again, Batman's level of research and homework that he does. He doesn't just turn up like, hey, who's it today? He's like, who is it? Cool, see you in 6 months. And he gets to work. He would have figured
That's
out.
fine, but when you've got Wanda, who's got all of these like,
Yeah, it's got a magic and what?
she
Nah.
manipulated a whole like timeline.
Yeah, true.
And created a whole universe.
True, but Batman.
So what if she just created a universe where his parents didn't die? Then there's no Batman.
Not in that universe, maybe.
Yeah. And then she just goes into that universe, learns all of his secrets, learns everything about who
But there
he
won't
is
be any
to
secrets.
his core, and then brings all of that.
She'll lose
Why?
because his parents did die. So learn about him with his beautiful upbringing, his super rich family, with his parents both present.
Fair.
You're gonna be like, oh, this
Okay,
guy's, and he'll turn up,
okay.
and Batman's gonna be like, that's not me. Bang!
That's what you do. You get Doctor Strange and Wanda. You go back in time, and you
So
make,
you already need two
you make
people. I'm
his-
glad we've established that not one
you
person
make
to
his
take him
family lose their whole fortune, and there can't be a Batman.
without the fortune.
Yeah, because he's got no money to do any of the stuff he was doing. So your parents are dead, and now you're poor. So you're probably gonna die anyway.
But his parents wouldn't have died on that timeline because they wouldn't have gone to that show because they would have had
No,
money
they
to go
wouldn't.
to the
We would
opera.
have let his parents die still. They would have. They would have.
Why?
They would have definitely let his parents die still.
Damn. No. Well, firstly, my point's proven because you've had to use two people
I
to do
still
that,
think
and
one
now you're
could
playing with
take it.
timelines. And once you start playing with timelines, there are punishments that come with playing with timelines anyway. So messing with that timeline is going to mess up Wanda and Doctor Strange, and ultimately, what they'll have to do is then go and reverse their mistake. Have you seen Doctor Strange's latest movie?
No.
It's exactly this. He messes with timelines, and there are punishments where you mess with timelines, all to save Spider.
I will disagree with you. I
Ugh.
think that Batman. I don't think he's the greatest superhero of all time.
Who's better than Batman? Who's beating Batman?
Deadpool.
Do you know what?
I love Deadpool.
Do you know what? I'll accept that Deadpool would.
I want to see a
Would be
Deadpool
very-
versus someone. Maybe.
Deadpool's up there. Yeah, no, fair enough. Deadpool's up. Deadpool versus Batman. Again, I still think Batman eventually figures it out, but every time he hurts him, he just recovers, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. No, I'm happy with Deadpool.
So you want to take Wanda, but you'll take Deadpool.
Yeah, because Wanda can still be defeated. I think Deadpool could be defeated long term. It just take a lot longer.
Ages, but Wanda's just.
I mean, they came pretty close.
Yeah.
In the first movie.
Yeah, they did, but he's still alive.
Yeah, no, that's true. It's true. That's a good battle. It's a good battle. I'd accept that. I'll accept that's a good battle, but the Batman is just different gravy. I'm glad you stopped the Iron Man argument very quickly, because
I'll let you have that one.
There's no chance. Too much ego. That will eat you alive.
And I guess Tony Stark is dead, so
there is that, but
kind of takes him out of the game.
Yeah, there is that, and we're talking about the best Batman as well. We're talking about Christian Bale Batman.
I don't know who that is. I don't know people by names. I don't know by faces.
The Dark Knight trilogy.
Okay.
Where you had the best Joker.
Oh, it was the guy who was in 7 Reasons Why I Hate You.
No idea what you're talking about now. Keith Ledger as
the
Joker. Oh my gosh.
I do know.
There's no better villain than that. Best villain.
Takes me a minute to get that.
And Batman won, so thus Batman's the best. But yeah, that Batman trilogy, that Batman. Oh my gosh.
It's just so telling that I know the villains.
Yeah, I know, right? But I'm impressed. That's not bad. I think you've passed. That is not bad at all. Especially with the news about Storm and T'Challa. That makes me happy. That would be a beautiful thing. Well,
that took a segue.
Talking about situational awareness. Batman's the king of situational awareness. He knows what's going on at all times, every time.
Couldn't save his parents.
Well, he was like 7.
Oh,
come on. It wasn't his fault. His parents didn't have situational awareness.
He should have done his research.
And he learnt from it.
With his billions.
He didn't have billions back then. He was broke. He ain't got no money. He's a child. His parents are rich.
His parents should have security.
Yeah, there's a flaw there. I mean, billionaire with security.
Flaw.
Yeah, questions. But it led to Batman, and that is what matters. Well, thank you, everybody. We took a different spin that we weren't expecting, but I'm glad we did. I think it's been worth it. Apologies for any spoilers.
Yeah.
I don't think there are any spoilers.
No, because if you didn't know any of that information, then you're not so really far behind.
Yeah, that you're not really into superheroes like that, so you don't really mind. Yeah.
But tell us who you guys think could beat Batman, or if you think that Batman is undefeated.
Answer the questions. You've got Batman versus Iron Man. Who do you think's winning? Batman versus Wanda. Who do you think's winning? Batman versus Deadpool. Who do you think's winning?
I'm throwing in Black Panther.
Batman.
Just because a new movie's coming out, you gotta give credit where credit is due.
Black Panther versus Batman. They both got good technology. Technically, Black Panther's technology is better because it's a vibranium. Is he a better fighter?
I think he is. He has to fight for his life every day.
True, with no powers, just straight raw.
Yeah.
Mono on mono.
But I think Batman is very, very, very calculated. I think that might be the where it gets very sticky.
T'Challa's a little bit emotional. It's a little bit emotional, whereas that's an interesting one. I lean towards Batman, but yeah, no. Ugh.
I'm leaning a bit towards Batman with that one. I just want to know what people think.
Batman vs Black Panther. You've heard it. You've got a whole range here. And hey, if you think you know someone who can beat Batman, tell us who it is, and I will break down your argument and tell you why you're wrong.
Oh gosh.
Thank you very much. But seriously, it's been a pleasure, and I can't stress enough. Please be aware of what's going on around you at all times. Get off your phone when you're walking down the street. Do not step into the road with the phone in your hand, headphones in your ears. It just isn't worth it. Buy yourself the extra 7 seconds. That night, go to bed 7 seconds later to make up for it if you want. Do you know what I mean? But it's not worth it, people. Situational awareness at all times, at all costs. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to listen to the Aim a Little Higher podcast, and for that, we are eternally grateful. I have been today, same as I was yesterday, will be again tomorrow, Kamal, who I've been joined by
Storm, as usual.
As usual, joined by Storm. We also had a quick feature from Eliza, who has done her cameo. and now gone to pick up our daughter from school because life still goes on even when there's a podcast, people. So thanks a lot. We're on Aim a Little Higher at Instagram. Let us know your questions for our Freestyle Friday episode, and we will see you then. Peace, people. You got a freestyle for them quickly? Okay, well, that's again next week.